This is the podcast that has been ranked one of the best in market research. Research Business Report is the market research industry's only daily research video blog. We're made possible by the exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Leder. For more than 25 years, a respected voice in market research. Today, RBDR offers episode number 58 in our series Market Research in the COVID-19 Era, an investigation into how research is faring during the COVID era and because of the coronavirus. Gracing our video today is Karen Tibbals, author of the Ethical Frames blog, a public speaker, a market researcher for Schering Plough and Novartis, as well as a consultant earlier to Ipsos. Karen told us about the current marketer fascination with what consumers will be thinking when the coronavirus is tamed. But how does a researcher accomplish that right now? Karen affirms the dubious course of action that some have taken so far, but she offers some suggestions. Karen?
And I wrote my blog about my experience in market research and how we often ask people to answer questions that they really can't answer. Like I've seen results from market research being reported that consumers anticipate that they're going to do this or that after the pandemic ends, and the answer is they really don't know. But instead, what you can do if you're in market research and you want to find out what consumers are going to do is there's several areas that you can ask questions about that they probably can answer. The first one is habit formation. And by habit formation, I mean the things that we do all the time and we're so used to doing. And the pandemic has gone on long enough that new habits have been formed. That doesn't mean the old habits are gone, but there are new habits formed. So both are true. And you can ask about that. You can ask about the habits. The second one is pent-up demand. What's happening as the economy is opening up is the restaurants are getting filled or whatever because there's pent-up demand. Hairdressers especially, I hear lots of stories about hairdressers. But that isn't going to last. And I discovered this when I was working on the product Habitrol, which is a smoking cessation patch. And the sales were incredible for Habitrol right after it launched. And it was all these people who were just waiting for a new thing to help stopping smoking. But the sales evaporated after a while. And so it's my prediction that that's going to happen. And again, once you know that, you can ask that question to people. Is there something you've been waiting to do that you can't do, that you can't wait? And then that becomes your way to assess pent-up demand. The next one is the new financial realities, because our supply chains are not going to be as efficient as they used to be. The way we delivered goods is not going to be as efficient. Things are going to cost more, which means services are going to take a hit because the money is not going to be there for after people spend more money on products. And incomes are going to take a hit. We know that there's a recession, so incomes are taking a hit. So those are all things that need to be taken into account. And again, people can answer those questions when you get very specific. And then there's the issue of trauma and fear. Trauma and fear can echo for decades. And I looked at this in my blog post when I thought about how my mom used to stockpile items in her basement because it made her feel good that she had the things that she couldn't have when she was growing up during the Great Depression. My father-in-law grew up just a couple years difference and had a very different experience. So not everybody's going to have the same reaction, but at least some people are going to still have the trauma and fear that are going to drive them. And that's going to exist for a while. And then finally, there's substitutability. Bob and I are using Zoom right now for this call. Does it work? Yes, it works. Is it as good as meeting in person? No, it's not. So yes, it will continue and probably more than before the pandemic. Use of the substitutable goods, but it won't be, it's not, because it's not perfect, it won't totally substitute. So I think all of those things are things that market researchers should think about asking their customers or their consumers to help them come up with a way to help forecast the items. And people need new forecasts. Businesses need to forecast. And so I think that there are definitely some smart ways that people can do this. So thanks.
A brief reminder that we need your single or multiple points of view in order for this video series to continue. Now, there's no debating the fact that collaborating with us helps us, but the video commentary that you will generate with our help will help you. So email your ideas and feelings to rflbob@gmail.com. Working with us is an enjoyable experience, and the video we create together will leave a smile on your face. That is your Research Business Daily Report. It's made possible by our exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. If you make it a habit to watch RBDR, well, we want to thank you for that. We think that you will hopefully feel that it is time well spent, and if that is so, when you see a video that you know would be valuable, please pass it on to friends and peers. And we hope you'll also consider becoming an RBDR Patreon supporter, which you can do easily enough at patreon.com/RBDR. Have a great research day, and we will look forward to seeing you back with us here tomorrow.